Hi there. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how night audit works. Night audit is basically a function that changes the current selling date, which is displayed above, and charge everybody that are in-house guests. So if I run the night audit by pressing the button on the top right, it's going to say, hey, Roomsy is going to change the selling date to February 5th, which is the day after what's displayed up here, the February 4th, and it will charge all staying guests. Would you like to continue? Before I go on, just want to quickly let you know that the balance for this guest is 0. So let me open this invoice. You'll see that there's no charge. It does say that there is an upcoming charge between when he checked in and when he checks out, but there's no existing charge yet. It's all just upcoming charges you're seeing. So let me go back and I'm going to go ahead and run the night audit. So click on run night audit and click on run night audit. Night audit has been successfully processed, and you'll see that the date has changed to February 5th, and you'll see that there is an existing balance in room 102. Let me open this invoice again, and you'll see that there is a charge added, room charge, daily room charge, and the charge is added as on February 4th. A lot of questions we get is people ask, why not just use the local date, their local current date, as the selling date and run the night audit automatically after midnight? The reason we can do that is because if someone checks in, say 2 in the morning, a lot of hotels, motels or hostels, they still charge them for the previous date. So say if it's 2 in the morning on the February 5th, when somebody checks in, they will still charge them for the February 4th night and ask them to check out on the February 5th, 11 o'clock in the morning, or whichever their checkout time is. So that's why running night audit is required. And there is a settings for you to sort of automate the process, which we're going to go over right now. Click on settings and then click on night audit on the left here, and there are 3 options you can choose. The first option is basically enabling Roomsy to prompt a dialogue every time when somebody logs in into Roomsy. It's going to say, hey, it's past 3 o'clock in the morning, would you like to run the night audit? Because this is when you usually run it. So you can automate the reminder in this setting. You typically set as 3 in the morning, but if you like to do it later, some hotels like to do it 7 or 8 in the morning. It's totally up to you. Enabling forced checkout is basically if somebody is supposed to check out, what night audit does is it actually checks them out as you're running the night audit. So you don't have to check everybody out, but if there are a bunch of people that are supposed to check out, Roomsy will just check them all out automatically. Enabling night audit to process multiple days. This is for properties that don't run night audit or look at Roomsy every day. Say if you leave and not use Roomsy for 3 or 4 days, and you come back to the hotel and you want to run the night audit, instead of you having to run night audit every day, it will just run for 3 or 4 days, whichever you're behind. This feature is typically used for apartments where they rent the rooms by months. They typically don't use Roomsy every day, but whenever they're looking at it, they would run night audit. So these are settings that you can sort of automate the process. Typically, what you see is what's set for most of the hotels. A lot of hotels like to check people out manually, just because they want to double check and make sure that these people are actually checked out, because some people like to stay longer. And prompting, hotels like to see that as well, and 3 in the morning is typical, but some hotels, as I mentioned, they like to have it at 6 or 7 in the morning as well. So that is it for the night audit. And one more thing I want to show you is the selling date. So you know that the selling dates change every time you run the night audit, However, say if your selling date is too far ahead or something happened to the system that you need to change the selling date, you can do this by going to settings, and you'll see that there is a selling date option. So click on selling date, set it to whichever you'd like, and then go ahead and click on update company info, and your selling date will be set as that. And make sure that your time zone is correct. Your time zone has to be correct in order for the night audit settings to prompt things in the right time. That is about it. Thank you very much for watching. And again, as always, if you ever need any assistance, click on help. There is our contact information. Call us, send us an email, or you can also watch the video tutorials here.